Good morning, my fellow scientists. It is Tuesday, August 29th, 2017, and I want to talk about MDMA, ecstasy, and a current clinical trial I just read about that is exploring the use of MDMA to help treat post-traumatic stress disorder. So post-traumatic stress disorder is a terrible disease. People who have experienced trauma, especially trauma in war settings, come home with terrible psychological problems. And those problems don't tend to solve themselves. And I think 50 years ago, the best we could say to soldiers was rub dirt in it, get over it. As a consequence, they lived harder, more difficult, less happy lives. And maybe that's one reason why we are resistant to making changes to our treatment policy. Well, because the people we respect for their ability to cope without help set a standard that I don't think they chose. I don't think we should choose just because they had to live with it. I think that the social decisions about what substances are dangerous and what strategies for treatment are acceptable, those social decisions really need to be tempered by good science. That it's not fair to anyone to say, well, because World War II veterans didn't have chemical therapeutics to help, we shouldn't have that ever. I don't think that my grandfather would have said no, no chemistry should be allowed because I didn't have any. He wouldn't have said that. He'd say, do the science. Is it safe? Is it helpful? Then use it. He's a very practical man. I don't think our idealized version of manliness, maybe, I don't know, needs to have any larger effect than our careful examination of the evidence. Is it safe? Is it effective? And as far as drug policy is concerned, I think that the only basis for drug policy should be safety. Is it safe under a given set of circumstances? Is it safe and effective under supervision? Can it be prescribed and used effectively? If the answer to those are yes, it's safe, yes, it's effective, then the social question of whether the fabric of our society will unravel with the use of these substances, those questions are silly. They're silly questions. The fabric of our society is just a question of our particular experiences and prejudices as often as not. If it can be used safely and effectively in the clinic, then the question of some sort of imagined social catastrophe is at best speculation and at worst a ugly and discriminatory impulse. So yeah, there's my thoughts. I hope that this research goes well and that it comes to some great conclusions, positive or negative, about this drug, and that we follow the indications of science instead of our own prejudices. Link in the description to that article. I hope you find that interesting. Tune in tomorrow. We'll talk more about some science and what we're doing here in the Allen Lab. We update Monday through Friday. If you like this sort of thing, please tune in and join us.